When people think of power in New York, their eyes invariably drift upward. They look to the crystalline spires of Midtown, the glass towers of Hudson Yards, or the financial fortresses of Wall Street. They imagine boardrooms with panoramic views where fortunes are made and lost with the tap of a keyboard. A reasonable assumption, but a mistaken one. The true seat of power, the city's engine room, is not housed in shimmering glass. It does not concern itself with stock prices or global markets. It is far more prosaic and infinitely more powerful. It is the power of the permit, the authority of the license, the dominion of the docket. It is the vast, sprawling, and utterly indispensable machinery of bureaucracy. And that machinery has a palace. Here it is, 1 Center Street, the David N. Dinkins Municipal Building. It is not a skyscraper in the conventional sense. It is a monument. Designed by the legendary firm of McKim, Mead White, the undisputed titans of America's Gilded Age, it was their first building to incorporate a subway station into its very base. An amusing thought, a palace for the people, with an entrance for the masses right in its cellar. Completed in 1914, it is the apotheosis of the City Beautiful movement, a philosophy that held that monumental classical architecture could inspire civic virtue and moral rectitude. A noble, if charmingly naive sentiment. One wonders if the architects ever had to wait in line for a building permit. Look at the design. It is pure, unadulterated Beaux-Arts grandeur. The scale is almost Roman. The magnificent central arch which spans Chambers Street was not modeled on the Arc de Triomphe, as many assume. No, that would be too French. This was inspired by the Arch of Constantine in Rome, a triumphal arch not for conquering heroes, but for the city's diligent, if often beleaguered, civil servants. The building rises 40 stories, a colossal 580 feet to the very tip of its crowning glory. It boasts over 1 million square feet of office space. Notice the magnificent colonnade screen, a feature borrowed from Bernini's work at the Louvre. It masks the building's more utilitarian lower floors, presenting a face of classical order and harmony to the city. It is in essence an architectural tuxedo. And at its pinnacle, she stands. Civic Fame, a 25-foot, 5.5-ton bronze statue gilded in gold leaf, crafted by Adolf A. Weinman. She is the largest sculptural figure on any building in the city. In one hand, she holds a mural crown with 5 crenellations representing the 5 boroughs. In the other, a shield and a laurel branch for victory and honor. She is beautiful, she is imperious, and she is, rather comically, a weather vane, delicately balanced to turn with the wind. A golden goddess of bureaucracy, subject to the whims of the weather. The poetry is almost too perfect. But a building, no matter how magnificent, is defined by its inhabitants. For over a century, these halls have housed the departments that are the very fabric of city life. The Department of Finance, where one goes to render unto Caesar. The Tax Commission. The City Clerk, which brings us to one of the building's most peculiar and endearing functions. This temple of paperwork is also a temple of love. The Marriage Bureau is here. On any given day, its waiting rooms are a glorious panoply of humanity. Young couples, old couples, couples from every corner of the earth, all waiting for a number to be called so their union can be officially sanctioned by the city of New York. There is a profound juxtaposition in watching a moment of pure, unscripted joy unfold under the fluorescent lights of a government office, within a building designed to project imperial power. It is the messy, glorious, and frequently maddening business of being New York, all under one roof. Its occupants have, of course, shifted over time. It was here that the city's first radio station, WNYC, began its broadcasts in 1924. And in 2015, the building was renamed to honor David N. Dinkins, the 106th mayor and the city's first and to date only African-American mayor, a man who famously described New York as a gorgeous mosaic. The act of renaming is a story in itself. It is the city grafting a modern identity onto its historical foundations, a constant conversation between past and present. Ultimately, what is the feeling this building imparts? It is not the aspirational thrill of the Empire State or the decorative fantasy of the Chrysler. The municipal building evokes something far more elemental: weight, presence, permanence. It is designed to outlast us all. Standing before it, one feels a sense of civic scale, a feeling of being part of an impossibly large and complex organism. It can be intimidating, certainly. It is meant to be. It is a physical manifestation of the city's authority, a declaration in granite and terracotta that order will be maintained, and that the records will be kept, and that the city endures. It is not a building you visit as a tourist for the view. It is a building you visit because you are a New Yorker, because you're getting married, or fighting a parking ticket, or starting a business. It is the backdrop to our lives, the silent, colossal witness to the small transactions and grand moments that, woven together, create the story of this city. And it does so from its throne of stone, crowned in gold, right in the very heart of it all.